with a gentle persuasion tells me I've nothing to fear.
While I strive to do all I can so that when my time comes to face Jesus, I'll hear him tell me, "Well done, good and faithful servant. Enter into the joy of your Lord." That's Matthew 25:23. It's comforting to know that I don't have to wait until then to enter into his joy. While I do manage to enter into his joy regularly, remaining in it can be challenging. I believe one crucial element of our life in Christ, which the devil tries to steal from us, is the joy of the Lord. Though the enemy cannot rob us of our salvation or pluck us out of God's hand, he can rob us of the joy of being saved and walking with God if we allow him to. I have recently been focusing on strengthening my immunity against the devices of the devil, which prevent me from remaining in the joy of the Lord like I ought to. Here are some effective ways I've found to do this. Praise and thankfulness come first on my list of joy strengtheners. Like any human being, I have moments when I'm down, discouraged, lonely, frustrated, etc. But praising and worshipping Jesus always clears the fog away, enabling me to see my blessings and start counting them. In times when I'm tempted to complain and bemoan my lot, I find it helpful to think of others around me, or folks caught in situations I hear about on the news who are worse off than I have ever been, and I get busy praying for them. This brings joy as I know I'm doing my part to improve their situation. If I want joy that lasts regardless of what's happening around me, it's important that I give priority to strengthening my personal relationship with Jesus so that he has first place in my life. As the psalmist wrote, "Whom have I in heaven but you? And earth has nothing I desire besides you." For me, putting my relationship with Jesus first is about realizing that no matter what may become of anyone or anything I value on earth, Jesus will always be with me until the end, and will under no circumstances ever leave me or forsake me. The Lord's joy in my life used to get stolen away by fear of how I might be affected by circumstances, the choices others make, and etc. But hanging on to God's promises helps free me from this fear, enabling me to focus on the joy of knowing and loving Jesus. During difficult seasons which I have no control over, the prayer of serenity helps me a lot. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There are certainly times when my circumstances can be improved or remedied, and I must be open to the solutions offered by God and others. But when I'm going through something beyond human control, it takes serenity to stop struggling and believe that Jesus is walking with me through it. Finding joy that remains does not mean getting to a point where problems and difficulties cease to exist. Jesus said that we would have tribulation in this world. He also said during the same discourse with his disciples, "These things have I spoken unto you, that my joy might remain in you, that your joy might be full." Living in this abiding joy is a daily process and a continuing journey. But I'm content to learn from it and enjoy it day by day as it works unfathomable wonders in my life. The joy of the Lord truly is my strength.
This message was brought to you courtesy of Helping Hands South Africa.
Soft as the voice of an angel, whispering Jesus is near. Hope with a gentle persuasion